Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're going way back,
Oh, yeah.
5,000 years,
Wow.
to the ancient city of Caral in Peru.
Okay.
Imagine a civilization as old as Egypt, but in the Americas.
Right.
That's Caral,
Yeah.
a story filled with archaeological marvels, cultural enigmas, and some
Yeah.
present-day struggles for survival.
It's pretty amazing. Caral really challenges how we think about civilizations emerging.
It does.
We often look to Mesopotamia or Egypt as the cradle of civilization.
Yeah.
But Caral shows that complex societies were blossoming independently all over the globe, including right here in the Americas.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And Coral's age is really mind-boggling.
It is.
1,500 years older than the Olmecs,
Wow.
who were previously considered the oldest civilization in this hemisphere.
Right.
What does this tell us about the timeline of civilization in the Americas?
It really reshapes our understanding. The existence of Caral shows us that there's a much more intricate and ancient history than we initially thought.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that there's still so much to uncover about our past.
Especially considering we're dealing with a civilization without a written language?
Yeah.
How do archaeologists even begin to unravel Coral's secrets without those written records?
It's a fascinating challenge. We have to rely on deciphering the stories told by what's left, the physical remains.
Yeah.
But luckily, Caral has a lot to say.
No.
The city's layout is incredible in itself.
Yeah.
Monumental structures like pyramids and plazas, evidence of advanced astronomical knowledge, and clear signs of a complex and well-organized society.
So that's where this mysterious stone, the Huanca, comes in, right?
Right, yeah.
Found in one of Coral's circular plazas.
Mm-hmm.
What do we know about it?
It's a true enigma.
It sounds almost mythical.
It does, doesn't it?
It does.
There are so many theories, but its purpose still remains a mystery. Some believe it signifies astronomical alignment. Others suggest it was a focal point for rituals.
Okay.
It could be something else entirely.
Wow.
I think Coral's ability to keep us guessing is part of its magic.
Yeah.
There are still so many mysteries waiting to be unlocked.
Speaking of mysteries,
Yeah.
I was reading about the absence of cemeteries at Caral.
Right.
If archaeologists ever found them,
Oh.
what kind of insights could those burials offer?
It would be incredible. Finding the cemeteries would be like striking gold for archaeologists.
Wow.
Imagine learning about their health, their social structures, daily life. It
Wow.
would provide a window into the very heart of Caral.
Really?
It'd be a game changer for understanding their culture.
So from what we've uncovered so far,
Uh-huh.
what do we know about life in Caral? What kind of society did they build?
Well, the evidence points to Caral having a surprisingly advanced economy for its time.
Really?
They combined agriculture with coastal fishing, which suggests a really dynamic trade network that brought together resources from different regions.
And this detail really struck me.
Okay.
No weapons or fortifications have been found.
That's right.
What does that tell us about how Caral functioned as a society?
That's one of the most remarkable things about Caral. It strongly suggests that they were a peaceful civilization. They focused on collaboration and diplomacy rather than conflict.
It's like a glimpse into a completely different way of life.
I know, isn't it?
So it wasn't all pyramids and plazas.
No.
I read about flutes crafted from animal bones. It's amazing to think about music echoing through this ancient city.
Those instruments offer a fascinating glimpse into their craftsmanship, their artistic expression, and potentially even their religious beliefs. Music probably played a significant role in their daily lives and ceremonies.
And then there's this quipu-like artifact that was found.
Okay.
Could this be a precursor to the Inca record-keeping system?
It might be.
If so, what kind of information might it have held?
Who knows? Think about it. This artifact might have recorded trade transactions, celestial observations, maybe even their stories and myths.
Wow.
Tangible link to their knowledge system.
So we have this advanced, peaceful civilization thriving for centuries.
Yeah.
But eventually something changed.
All right.
What factors might have contributed to Coral's decline?
That's another piece of the puzzle we're still trying to solve.
Yeah?
The prevailing theory is that climate change, perhaps linked to El Nino,
Uh-huh.
a cyclical weather pattern that disrupts ocean temperature and rainfall, played
Yeah.
a major role. Imagine the fertile land that supported Caral suddenly becoming harsh and unsustainable.
That's a chilling parallel to the climate challenges we face today.
It is, isn't it?
It really makes you think about the vulnerability of civilizations,
Uh-huh.
even highly developed ones,
Right.
to environmental changes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the story of Caral is far from over. Unfortunately, it faces new threats in the present day.
Oh, no.
There are land disputes that have put this remarkable site at risk.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
We're discussing the possibility that climate change may have played a role in Coral's decline.
Right.
It's unsettling to think that a civilization so advanced could be so vulnerable to environmental shifts.
It really highlights how interconnected human societies and the environment are.
Yeah,
While climate change is likely a major factor, it's important to remember that it probably wasn't the only cause.
right.
Think about the cascading effects of a changing climate disrupted agriculture, dwindling resources,
Yeah.
potential social unrest.
Wow.
It creates kind of a perfect storm for instability.
Right. It's rarely just one thing that leads to the downfall of a civilization,
Exactly.
but rather a combination of pressures.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, Caral is now facing a whole new set of challenges in the modern era.
Right.
Can you tell us more about these land disputes?
It's a complex situation with roots in a land reform that took place back in 1969.
Okay.
The reform, while aimed at addressing inequality, created a framework where land ownership could be contested.
Right.
And unfortunately, this has led to illegal land grabs,
Oh,
targeting the Caral archaeological site.
it's heartbreaking to think that this site, which holds so much historical significance, is being exploited this way.
It is.
And I understand that the situation has become particularly dangerous for Ruth Shady, the archaeologist who has dedicated her life to Caral.
Yes, it's very concerning. Since Caral was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site,
Right.
the value of the land has increased dramatically,
Wow.
making it even more attractive to those seeking to profit illegally.
Oh, gosh.
Sadly, Dr. Shady has faced death threats and harassment for her tireless efforts to protect the site.
It's a stark reminder of the risks that those who work to preserve our shared heritage often face.
It is.
They are truly on the front lines defending history against those who would exploit or destroy it.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about the motivations behind these actions? Is it purely about financial gain?
Well, financial gain is certainly a driving factor.
Right.
But it's important to acknowledge the complexities at play. I mean, for some, it might be a matter of survival, a need to secure land for their families in a challenging economic landscape.
Right.
But it's crucial to emphasize that encroaching on a site of such historical importance has severe consequences.
It seems like there's a tension between the immediate needs of the present and the responsibility to protect our shared past for future generations.
Absolutely. Finding a balance between economic development and cultural preservation is a global challenge.
Yeah.
And it's a reminder that heritage protection isn't just about safeguarding ruins and artifacts.
Right.
It's about respecting the history and cultural identity of communities.
The story of Caral seems to be a cautionary tale on so many levels.
It does.
The fragility of civilizations, the impact of climate change,
Yeah.
and the challenges of protecting cultural heritage in the face of competing interests.
It's a really multi-layered story that offers valuable insights into human nature and the forces that shape societies. But it's not just a story of decline and struggle.
Right.
Caral also embodies resilience and the power of human ingenuity.
Yeah.
We'll explore that further after a short break.
It's fascinating how Carol's story brings together human resilience and innovation and the power of cultural heritage.
Yeah.
It seems like there's a real push to safeguard Caral for future generations.
Right.
What are some of the glimmers of hope in this complex situation?
Well, one of the most encouraging developments is the growing awareness of Caral's importance,
Okay.
both within Peru and internationally.
Yeah.
More people are recognizing the need to protect this unique window into our ancient past.
Right.
This increased awareness has put pressure on the government to take action,
Yeah.
to take concrete steps to protect the site.
That's encouraging to hear. It sounds like the tide might be turning in Caral's favor.
It certainly feels that way. The Peruvian government has publicly acknowledged the threats
Okay.
and has committed to strengthening security measures around the site. This includes deploying more guards and implementing stricter surveillance to deter illegal activities.
That's a positive step. It sounds like there's a real effort to strike a balance between respecting the needs of the local population and safeguarding a site of global significance.
Exactly. The ideal scenario is one where the local communities are actively involved in the preservation efforts, recognizing Caral not just as an archaeological site,
Right.
but as a source of pride, a potential driver of sustainable tourism.
That makes sense.
There are initiatives underway to empower local communities and involve them in the management and protection of this incredible heritage.
That's the fantastic approach. It ensures that Caral's future is interwoven with the well-being of the people who live in its shadow. It seems like Dr. Shady's unwavering dedication has played a crucial role in bringing attention to Caral's plight.
Oh, absolutely. Her tireless work, even in the face of threats, has been instrumental in galvanizing support for Caral.
Right.
It's a powerful testament to the impact that one individual's passion and commitment can have. Yeah.
On preserving our shared human story.
Her story is truly inspiring. So as we wrap up our deep dive into Caral, what would you say is the most important takeaway for our listener?
I think it's the realization that history is not just something in the past.
Yeah.
It's not static,
Right.
confined to textbooks and museums. It's alive.
Yeah.
It's a living, breathing narrative that continues to shape our present and future.
It does.
Caral's story highlights the interconnectedness of human societies across time, the impact of our choices on the environment, and the importance of actively engaging in the preservation of our shared cultural heritage.
Beautifully put. And it seems like Caral still has many secrets to reveal.
Oh, I think so.
New discoveries could reshape our understanding of this fascinating civilization even further.
Absolutely. Every new artifact, every unearthed structure adds another piece to the puzzle.
It really does.
Who knows what future excavations might uncover? Perhaps those elusive cemeteries,
Right.
offering a deeper understanding of their social structures and beliefs.
Or maybe even evidence of their writing system,
Wow.
opening up a whole new avenue for deciphering their history.
So many possibilities. It sounds like the story of Caral is far from over. What can our listener do if they are inspired to learn more about Caral or even contribute to its protection?
There are some great resources available.
Okay.
The Zona Archaeologica Caral, the organization led by Dr. Shady, has a lot of information on their website,
Okay.
including ways to support their research and preservation efforts, even just spreading awareness about Caral by sharing its story and talking about its significance can make a difference.
That's a great point. The more people who know about Caral, the stronger the collective voice advocating for its protection will be.
Exactly.
And for our listener, we hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity about Caral. It's a civilization that deserves our attention, our respect, and our commitment to ensuring its survival for generations to come. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep into the wonders of our world.